Kalenjin ilele nenye. Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin ibwatene. Imoe Nee Chitab Kalenjin ilele nenye. Ugesi so Chitab Kalenjin unengengi. Gotingengi onime mwawe yenaitul. Kongo mengen konime teba tige mwaun. Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin ibwatene nye. Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin ibwatene. Imoe Nee Chitab Kalenjin ilele nenye.
Magunyaljin Chitab Kalenjin ko jalewan ke bwatwe daktari chwel kimeta Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin ibwatine Chitab Kalenjin kakeitu tetutiet nenoto kichame nebo Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin eng kemboutab rani. Akati fans chechok tugul eng kebeberwek chomi emetab Australia, chomi emotinwek tugul, tawechi kongoi eng biik chekitunen in episode nekosirtoi nekokimi kebebertab olimbo North Carolina ak notok daktari Arap Kikwai Isaac wek back to episode number 72 sikosikyi inetkei ng'alek chechang kong tilyandit nebo minutik daktari Arap Kikwai. Kongoi, asante sana. Kongoi biik chokere kakoingia eng bekunetab tuguk cheterchin, ameche kityo kora ibwatwech ile kinamchinin ano eng kemboutab rani. Ngimi olimbo emetab Kenya, ngimi emetab Australia, ngimi emetab America, ngimi olimbo UAE, ngimi akoi olimbo kebeberta nebo Southern Asia. Akere chito chebo Kirima akakoingian, asante sana, all the way from olimbo Maldives, Southern Asia. Agere Matelong Rono kale loud and clear all the way from olimbo Toronto, Canada. Kongoi Matelong ngete Toronto, Canada. Agere Gideon Koskei kale Tarakaniti County, asante sana chito olimbo Tarakaniti. Kebeberwek tugul agere Boniface Kibiwot kale watching you live olimbo Kaiboi, Nandi County, Mosop constituency. Kongoi chitab Masop all the way from Nandi County. Ameche kityo kora atabwatwak fans chechok tugul alechok oyie ngot imokchinigei advertisen ki age tugul anan imokchinigei itinye ki nemeche kemwaita imuch icheng'ech ak itinye kora kampunit nenoto kobo ndonyo mart akomi kebeberwek chumbo emetab Kenya ak kora kongimi emetab America kora kibwotwo kelechok Tamu Live ko ngimokchinigei chaik aech kora karon eng kebeberwek tugul chebo America ak imokchinigei chaik iwe kityo iwe online ak iorder keibun majanik akoi olimbo ground. Akityo kit nekikure Rono Nicholas kale watching from South Africa loud and clear, asante sana. Kichamegei balozi ngole badalait kimi winter mangen ale une kebeberta nomi ak engineer balozi ngolimbo wayo.
Kongoi Osea, kongoi kasubikyok, kastoikyok tugul eng tokwek cheomi kemeche kelecho karibu Kitchen Koskei, Boniface Kibiwot, Rono Nicholas, Evans Keitany all the way from Iten kami rani Japan kelechinin karibu. Kidimano Kilel ko subet kobun Kericho, Docas Chepkurui kelechinin karibu akakwek tugul. Kimeche kesom kele likean ak isharean programini asikobit ketestai kunoto. Kongoi koking'etye kebeberta nebo North Carolina akirekte rani akoi olingilen down south, South Africa. Abwoti ale kimi ole kile KwaZulu Natal ko kitinye tonyo nekakoit eng yu ko kotom keit yotok Janet mongen ale une kateb Osea kole une ole kemi alechinin Osea mutyo eng winter lakini ole kolalang kimi summer lole kabisa ko ngano kechamegei so chamegei ole Ohio kilene Columbus chichi ko kingete Europe olino konyo ko mongen ale kicheng'ote ne so but nyekekure taonit Columbus so kichamegei ngole Columbus Janet mongen ale imyen rani agere kityo ne agere pyramids eng olin bo Letolin mongen ale oyu Egypt anan imyen karibu.
Kongoi balozi, abaibai eng betunyi rani, amite Florida ako kibaibaen eng oli lale kuye kakemwa kolale asista kabisa. It's summertime, it's even probably hotter kosir angot olimbo Ohio, lakini we thank God for everything. Alen karibu tonyo nebo rani, Daktari Chebitok. We are very blessed to have you. Ako kora eng kosi yangu limbo Australia. Keep warm. I hope you can survive the winter. It will. I would like to say it will pass, lakini go pass and go nyoli, and I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, all in all, we are doing fine. I just want to amacha arrange followers to target Karibu sana. We are happy to have you. Share and show nonyo barani. Sikemuch kecherake ako kinetke agenganan kwae.
Kongoi nye Janet, so kongetege uko kakoitot uyo ogere ko meche kityo kokatech ko karibu inendet ko kokinyorchi olimbo South Africa uyo kokase. Meche siketau safarit mongen ale kongetege ano akoi keit South Africa ole kimite. Agere James Chumba kelejinin karibu. Like and the show, share atya isir comment asokobit kenai kele tos ne nekemeche keyai. Lydia Rotich kelejinin karibu. Gilbert Kitur karibu sana. So karibu ngakwek tugul cheosubechi kimite olimbo South Africa. Kwamu kakoitot kimeche kityo ikatech Betty Chebitok. Kimeche kityo ile chamgei asokonai biik kole imite ngakerin o yekaitu kopas kenai kele imite. So karibu ikat followers chechok siketau tetutiet.
Okay, kongoi missing Ambassador Rono, Hosea Kiprono and Janet Koskei. Amu co-host ng Biltabrani. So to the followers, ako talk to my Facebook fans also. Ako talk to siya to no aje negere kipinda brani. Ako de jito kongoi balosi.
Kongoi so nota ko Betty Chebitok. Followers tugul jomi Facebook, YouTube ola tugul. So osea si share na sokobit kiro kele kakiyapta akijeng in Facebook followers chechok isubechi. Kokongoi ngakwek tugul kikosenake eng tokwek chomite karibuni sikeka story nebo Chebitok. Biik chechang kolen oye oleb America ole lakini kakimuchi keba South. So kong'etie kebebertab America ak kebe South. Ma South nimbo akot osea nini kolen down under lakini nebo South as nebo South Africa. So ko kemeche kele karibu meche kemwoiwok eng yu kele ne nekenyorchin kebeberit abo South Africa kotomo ketau tetutiet ko osea kimeche kityo imwoiwech ile tokosuben ng'o asokobit ketau tetutiet eng yu. Karibu.
Kongoi balozi Bitarono taito atalo ye karibu higaska higaitu himi nyumbani himi tetutiet nebo Igere Nee Chitab. Agere William Kurkat kale following, asante sana. Agere jini gure Mesha Kibruta isubechin kebeberta nebo YouTube kale following from Olimba Doha Qatar. Asante Chitab Olimba Doha Qatar. Piriken Choi kale following, asante sana. Agere Chitab nata ko Faith Minor Chitab Kalenjin and Nee Kalenjin abroad. Lakwet na boisiet neo kabisa ameche kora tosub inendet eng pageit ni nebo Kalenjin abroad akosub kora ang YouTube ak to connect ay boisionik kabisa ko inspire akosityin bororiet. Kongoi Faith Minor ngole imi eng kemboutab rani ak chi tugul nekakoingian. Ameche kityo tabwatwa kale oye ngotko tomo ilikean kotomo isubscribe on YouTube nebo Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin ingian yundok ba YouTube nebo Igere Nee Chitab Kalenjin. Dennis Sheko kale Dennis Sheko following, asante sana. Yego Hillary kale tune from Pan Forest, congratulations people from diaspora, asante sana. Chaki ko kale following from Nairobi. Eric Kirwa watching live from Laikipia. Good to see you my friend. Asante sana. Kibet Rono Hamos kale niko kongete Olimba Nairobi. Ameche kityo kora kotoshian ameche kityo ishian chake tugul nemi Facebook ishian Facebook page neng'ung sikosikyi keityi biik chechang anan kecher biik chechang eng kasarta. Agere mwalimu Benjamin Sugut kale watching live from Olimba Sydney, Australia. Mi taonit nekikile Albury ko reserve nebo emetab Australia. Asante sana. Agere kora chi nekikure Kalami kebeberta nebo New England. New England ko taonit age kora netikomi olimbo Sydney lakini resop. Makoya biikab kutit balozi betusiechu kokoba resop, makomi taoni kubwa kokotoi koba resop. Resop meche situn kotikecheng ngomwawech siri nebo keba resop kone Meshak Meta kale great people. Asante sana. Back to you balozi sikirecognize and progress.
Kongoi Nyosea, kongoi, karibu sana Engineer Janet Chepkogei, karibu sana Daktari Chebitok eng olimbo South Africa. Ko kimache kebe kiro kele tos ne nekenyorchin South Africa. Kou kila ko taon nyo ko namba 72 na namba 72, our guest number 72 noto ko Daktari Betty Chebitok nekakinyorchi ole kile KwaZulu Natal eng olimbo South Africa. Ko emetab South Africa kui kiakeker anan ole kikertoi kotinye area nebo 1,222,37 kilometers square noto ko kerge ak 471,445 square miles. Namba 23 eng ng'ony komugul tinye population nebo karibu 59 million anan karibu 60 million. Noto ko namba 23 eng dunia. Tindo GDP makornatet nebo $317 billion. Namba 35 eng ng'ony komugul. Ngepchei makornatetab emonoto koibe chitugul eng biik choto 60 million koibe chitugul $5,236. Namba 87 eng dunia komugul. Mwaat kele 80% anan 80 eng bokol biik chemi olotok ko biik chetuen ako tindoi nekimwoe kele the youngest population eng ng'ony komugul. So tindoi the youngest population eng ng'ony, yaani biik chemengechen ko chang kosir eng dunia komugul. Tindoi 11 official languages. Mangen ale ngiro nekeboisie lakini 11 eng Kenya keng'olole kele official language nenyo ko Kiswahili atya maybe Kiingereza. South Africa ko 11, so korom kasit. So Chebitok mangen ale ngiro noboisie so kotekekas eng tai yo. Meche kenai kele emonito bo South Africa ko ki emet netai nekinyokwai no kilen heart transplant. Yani kikonyokiinem muguleldo akindochi chito. Ko ki emet netai eng dunia kwai kunotok ing kenyitab eng olimbo Cape Town kenyitab 1967. Koek emet netai kinyokonoe dunia tugul kole kimuchi keyai nekile heart transplant. Mwaat kele the largest anan the world largest diamond ko kikinyorchin kikidiscover eng South Africa olindo kilen Pretoria ing kenyitab 1905. Kinyekerekto olimbo KwaZulu Land ole kakinyorchi KwaZulu Natal. Kenyorchi ole kakinyorchi Chebitok ko meche kenai kele Kia Kingdom amu mite biik cho kelen the Zulus. Abwoti ale Zulus mangen kot kobo Kalenjin bichanan lion mangen lakini. So Kia Kingdom kebeberitak ako kikitou 1816 eng province notok atya nyeke adaptan koek a province ing 1994. Taonit noto mite Chebitok kelen Pieta mangen ale kimwoitoi so komwoiwech Chebitok. Taonit neo ko Durban netindoi 11.5 million ing kenyitab 2014. KwaZulu Natal ko mwaat kele home of the largest marathon. Mi marathon neo kabisa nekerwoe eng emonitok anan kebeberitak province ini. Kit nebo komonut anan ole boisie bichu tuguk chechang ko ng'alekab tourism. Mite tiong'ik kora kebeberi indoito kora ng'alekab tourism. Cham kemwoe kelen the big five animals komi yutok. The big five koboto beliot, lion, tiong'ik cho echen. The big five kenyorchin yutok. Mwaat kora kele Nelson Mandela capture site is found in KwaZulu Natal. Kirotchi anan kikinamchi olitok chito ne naat kabisa noto ko Nelson Mandela. Chebitok ameche alechin atinye award nebo Nelson Mandela nekianyoru for being an athlete and you honored me. So some of the greatest people I met koboto Nelson Mandela, you know, he was a great leader, was a great person. I was honored by that man. Atinye an award nekikona for being, I think, you know, just through sports. being the son of Africa. Ko kongoi amu kaogas kebeberitak pa KwaZulu Natal tonyo notok Betty Chebitok nekakinyorchi KwaZulu Natal, South Africa. Ki ole kibetitoi ing tebutik chebo betutab rani ke alternateni Chebitok, and it will be Janet angiabata kebe Hosea saketeb tebutik isubi yo Janet. Kongoi amu kainyo kimeche keboishe anan kisome kele feel free to use English, Kiswahili ak Kalenjin amu biik chechang cheisubech yu kobo Kalenjin, and then there are also people who are following us, friends, o kelechinin kongoi eng boroindo nekenyoru. But since we have Engineer Janet here, kebendi nekile ladies first, sikobit ketestai eng betutab ra. Ko karibu Engineer Janet, lakini kotom keit yotok ameche Hosea, I want you to recognize biik cheisubech asikobit ketestai kotom alen kongoi eng kibagenge notok po cheka-sponsor program ini. Kimeche kemwa kele kongoi Tamu Life, kimeche kemwa kongoi eng kibagengeishek ngitimeche isponsor our program kelechinin feel free to do that sikobit keitchi biik chemongering, but share our program. So engineer anan Hosea, just recognize biik cheisubech sikikur engineer kotoiwech eng betutab rani. Karibu.
Kongoi balozi Peter Rono, ko kongoi kainetech akobo kebeberta nebo olimbo KwaZulu Natal. Achang tugun chechang kabisa chekanetkei ang background inotok bo kebeberatak. Kimeche kityo recognizen biik, agere chang biik kabisa cheketinye balozi. Kimeche kityo recognizen chemi yu asiketestai kerecogniseni chun alak Meshak Meta, asante sana. Elijah Pitok, isubech kong'ete olimbo Kimwarer akale Soin Crown, kale getting you loud and clear. Kongo chitab olimbo Kimwarer, ngeng'alale Kimwarer keng'alale da, asante sana. Eric Kirwa watching from like Kongo chitab Laikipia, Jeremiah Lakatu, asante sana. Agere Akiliove Aschumba, kale thanks for the program, following live kong'ete olimbo Doha, Qatar. Agere kora Faith Kalenjin abroad, mite buti nekatebingyo, namite kora sikoit kotiketebe tot tuguk chemuch konamchigei biik anan kenyorchi olindok in terms of opportunities. Kiprotich Lang'at kale following from Eldoret, asante sana. Jemuita Kesia kale watching live. Emmanuel A kale following from Amidel. Congratulations, Betty Chelsea, also congratulate with PID kongoi chitab olimbo Amidel. Agere kora Kimayo Views kale watching from Eldoret, ale Philip Sang, asante sana mchungaji na kwa alumni nebo program, Reverend Philip Sang all the way from Olimba, Columbus, Ohio. Peter Kiprop Koskei kale following from Kapsabet, Kenya, asante sana. Uye sere balose sitige recognize ni ke progress ni forward.
Kongoi Hosea. So kimeche yeisubech imwoiwech ile isubech imnyeno. Ko agerin Emmanuel Kipkemei, ko kongoi kale congratulations pamwai chepkulei kale mite olimbo Koech komite listening from Nandi. So kongoi ngakwek tugul chekakosubech. Meche kityo kibwatwa akobo Optiven, kibagenge noto sponsor ni program ini eng kebebertab Nairobi. Ngumomeche osirgei ak chi iboisie kibagenge noto Optiven, ko kibagenge nemi Nairobi, imuchi kotoretin kwalun mbaret anan ialchigei mbaret eng tokwek cheterchin simosirgei ak chi. So they are able to do it across Kenya. So kelejinok oboisie Optiven, boisie noto Tamu Life ngimeche chaik ngolobo South Africa, kimuchi kiyok ngole. So it's amazing. Chebitok imuchi koyogun Engineer Janet chaik kong'etegei Florida okoi South Africa. So she's able to ship Kenyan tea across. Ko kongoi ako ngimeche iadvertisean ki age tugul iboisie kibagengeit kora nekitou inendet nekikure Ndonyo Mart sikobit kemarketan worldwide. So kongoi ngakwek tugul chekakosubech. Ongetestai kimeche ketou atindiotab inendet Daktari Betty Chebitok. Ko engineer ameche itoiwech kimwoe kele ladies first sikobit ketestai. Karibu.
Kongoi balozi ako ak followers chechoket ak kora Hosea. Swali nenyonet tai daktari kemeche kenai kele ndakilen daktari Chebitok ko ng'o? Tos ilen ne? Like mwawech introduction neng'ung, kikisikchin ano, kiwe sukul ano, ak imwawech kora akobo family neng'ung ibunu komng'o? Do you have any siblings? Sikenai kele kitaunegei ano your journey. Karibu daktari.
Okay, kongoi missing Janet, and also and your team. Ingainek chugi keguruna Betty Chebitok. My Facebook page, I think your Facebook page. Nasa mogora big suko follow and like. So ni Dr. Chebitok Blessed Bini. So doctor is DR fully stop and then Chebitok Blessed Bini. My Facebook account ko Chebitok Blessed Bini. So I just adopted my Facebook account into a page. Kuyagemwa olabunu currently sahi ami South Africa, ami ulikure Pietermaritzburg. I'm attached to the University of KwaZulu-Natal in Pietermaritzburg, and I also recognize my fellow Kalenjin, Nicholas Rono. When you Nicholas Rono, go give an event no by international students. And you Nicholas Rono, come in a Westville campus. Maybe do not know more history. And I PhD in chemistry, so I recognize you, Nicholas, and he's watching us. So Nga Abunu was in Gishu County, Megunward, Kapsaret constituency. The ward Nabunu Megunward, a village Keren Momoniat. Momoniat ko almost a border about Kesezi, ak was in Gishu County. So places in Negate Otago Kongara Falls in Mo University. So family then latter family captirator. Alafu Kaptembo, my parents kegure Mr. and Mrs. Jonas Amoy. Atinye siblings 5 plus me keulo. Firstborn kegure Kipkurui, next Kipkemei. Alafu Mimi and then my sister Nancy. Nancy is married to Noah, and then my 2 last-born brothers, Meshach, Kibes, and then Meshach. So all my family members or my siblings, they are all in Momoniat, also in Wasingishu County, but my sister is married in Ban Forest. Yeah, I think basically that is all about me. Thank you, Janet.
Kongoi daktari
Daktari, sorry, engineer. How was it growing up for you? You know, like, growing up in Momoniat village in with siblings. I mean, usually fighting siblings to how was it growing up for you?
And what was your most memorable, memory Nathan Day, and then something that has influenced you up to today?
Okay. It's a very hard question. So growing up, Momoniat yogibanyo sai ko kimageme to ngete Momoniat kotaning inge jugole new plots. So analat hisikina ziwa. So analat all the 5 siblings ate kogi 5 tegi tai 5 kogi sikina ziwa machine, I think, and ziwa anyways near Legebet Primary School. So tulikaa pale kidogo alafu tuka move to Koserai Farm in Wasingishu County. So Koserai Farm ak Momoniat ko tegemi otok maloyege. So ko yoto penye tulikuwa raised ko in Koserai Farm. How was it for me growing up? The struggle was real. Wanasemanga, people say kwa ground vitu ni difficult ama ni tofauti. So really the struggle was real for my parents and also for my siblings, but tunashukuru Mungu sana. Kiwe kini choko pa kongoi agobo ripsena taki ko ribeji agondo weji agoi kigeto le kigeit. So me and my siblings kimagetinye siblings rivalry and kimagetinye the fighting and we remained together. Picture motivation in my life, and I go picture in Tegono, I'll get my shit and then go to try more is my family, particularly my mother. She's an amazing person. She's the person who has really prayed for me and with me and my sister. Yani nikikuwa na shida, the first person namwambia ni mama yangu and then my sister. And then now followed my other siblings and of course my dad. Lakini, my mother and my sister, they are the people who have been my motivation and I really acknowledge them so much. And then memorable moments in my life, I think it's been a lot, but I think the most one is making my way to South Africa. It was one of the things I treasure and I thank God for, up to date. But I don't really have that very striking events which have ever happened in my life. Yeah, more things in missing like me. But of course, the recent one is my graduation, and it's something I always play the video. It's something which it always motivates me. I'm really so proud of myself for that. Okay, thank you, Janet.
Kongoi Daktari. I think you went right into my second question. Nagale na tebna like you sukula no kitaune ano primary, what did you get? Like how was your journey through school away form 4? Achago kirumne right after form 4.
Okay. Thank you, Janet. And also my story is it is to motivate someone. Kwanza ketaune somane ni Ndubelete Primary School. So Ndubelete Primary School is a distance from Momoniat, from Kosirai. Kikibendi almost like 5 kilometers to school, and I can even be more than that. More than this in the exact estimation. Lakini, the reason why we chose Ndubelete Primary School, because at that time, kogi the nearest schools kogi mingi kuna Kosirai Primary kogi to mingon in terms of kita nursery class 1. But other watiliazia nursery Kosirai Primary, alafu akima komi class 1, komi class 2, so we had to go to Ndubelete Primary School. So Kindubelete at that time was the nearest school. Over time, Keted, Legated, Agated in Kosirai, but we remained at Ndubelete Primary School. Why? Because I think in my Kingdom class 4, the principal who happens to be father to Janet is Guraram Nyanja. So Mr. Nyanja transformed the primary school and he called it Dube Academy. So my parents, our parents, so all my siblings, in form 4. So Nilimarsa class 8. Nilimarsa class 8 2002 Ndubelete Primary School. Alafu nilipata 3 marks out of 500. From Ndubelete Primary School, nilikuwa to a couple of schools in Nandi County, but because of financial reasons, so we organized my primary school teacher, which I also recognize so much, Mr. Limo. Mr. Limo mwenye kwa yungole, so kujengo admission letter Ngere Girls. So annual Ngere Girls, and that is how we organized a small Arambe nyumbani, and then I was able to join Ngere Girls from 1 to 203 until 206. By the grace of God, Ngere Girls, the principal at that time, Mrs. Tuyot. Mrs. Tuyot happened to be a relative to my mother. So I had a very smooth, transition from primary to high school. So I really worked very hard in Nigeria, and my mother also, as I say to you, stood with me. I cannot remember any event which my mother missed. Go visiting day, go parents' day, go ne. She would either come or send my siblings to visit me. So she really stood with me. And also, I never disappointed my mother. I would see the pain in my mother in terms of struggling kutembea from Kosirai. By those times. I think my mother could not afford to pay the bicycle. So she would tembea. Alikuwa anatembea from Kosirai back Ngere Girls to see me and to attend the school events. So nilimaliza 2006 Ngere Girls, and I was the best student at that time. In fact, I was the first student who engaged University through Joint Admission Board for the 4 years I was there. And then thereafter, we had a couple of students or girls going to the university. And I really thank the school so much. Ngere Girls it's the stepping stone in my life. Because the school, nilikuwa na school fees mingi sana nikitoka Ngere Girls. Lakini the school board at that time, through the intervention of Mrs. Tuyot, gave me a result slip. Kilicho, nam result slip ni, sibi isomote kasi. So they hold my certificate, lakini kigonga result slip. Sa ingene campus, aga ingene in asomote kasi. So that's what really I used to help me secure employment in terms of teaching. So nilipata B of 64 points, and then I was admitted at Kenyatta University for my undergraduate. Kewira Olegugure Pwan University College is a constituent college of Kenyatta University. So from there, I was only able to study for 1 year. Because of financial reasons, the university was far and also very expensive. So I transferred to Mo University in my second year. So I started Mo University second year until 4th year. I really worked so hard because I wanted to get a first class. Unfortunately, I didn't, but I missed by a whisker. So yeah, so that has been my journey. I did teaching. I'm a registered teacher in Kenya. My teaching subjects go Kiswahili Siari Ngagi Manjan TSC lakini I'm a registered teacher. Kongo Janet.
Thank you sana. Okage kasio jani kenyor 3 kagele 334
333
333. Yeah, eng from the it is quite something. So I think that is really great. Actually, we got EP excellent in high school. I think it just shows the caliber, and it doesn't matter the school, negewe. It is just hard work. So I just want to recognize and appreciate that, Daktari. So kinyaka itar university, Daktari. What followed? Kinyo gas kirupne.
Ko Janet kekasilo kikochi result slip, so kita kokon result slip kasit kamunganan manyoru.
Hey, Balosi, thank you so much, and Janet. Sasa, result slip na kiko na Ngere Girls, it opened for me opportunities. One, Keserega Sengi Independent Primary School, through by Mr. Nyanjas, kukiwa ishi by result slip. From Independent Primary School, I moved to Kaples Preparatory. Keserega wala kwa result slip na. From Kaples Preparatory, before I joined campus, kukiwa neti Ngere Primary. Pia nilipata yung Ngere Primary through that result slip. Aingia ni campus, kumagat result, kimagat either result slip ngo certificate. Kukiwa bashi that result slip alia, asomegase. After that university, school na tani kyaneti ko in Ngechek High School, and I really thank the principal of Ngechek, Mr. Protich, at that time. Alinipatia kazi. I didn't even have to do an interview. Alinitia tu kazi and nikaanza. Kogiba the document I also used.
Chebitok pole kama ameja ateline ameja in kele gabi net primary na gai nigi somani, you know, toma yugo mwalimu. So what language, I mean, what subjects were you teaching?
Well, also, you know, during those days, kimo with these restrictions go ngala TSC kingo kai itari in form 4 imujing at primary. You don't even have to be a teacher. So kyaneti maths, kyaneti Swahili, or kyaneti sciences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So sawa gongoi kanota, I was just curious, you know, what do they pay? Kipese ne jegi result slip kangunget keger gelo unigi kasiring Ngeresa kelejin net chutaga anan kipese ne, but you know.
Yeah. But it's a primary school anyway. Primary school, the assumption is that you have the high school knowledge, you can teach anything in primary. Yeah.
Kongoi Daktari, and thank you for recognizing your teachers, including my dad. I will pass the regards to him. I'm sure very proud of you at the moment in everything neki achieve awe this far. So and asante kwa sababu haujawa disappoint pia hao walimu wote wako. So ameje mwawe kitiongan kidogo Daktari kiune that experience teaching and how did you get to KwaZulu Natal. Amu kainyoru kasi kainet maybe kaitaune primary around angen primary si choto ka place Dubeneting area. Kikatanet akine kosirai high school right after high school, so some of that experience has been fundamental for me. So achoka iwengechek high school now kaitau iwe high school. How did you get to do, to KwaZulu Natal from there? Kagimeten kakai mwalimu kai graduating. Karibu.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Kongo Janet, for the question. So kingoka mangongin university awe bane Ngejek High School. That was in 2012. So it is through Ngejek that I was able to raise enough money. So I get certificate kanyunat in girls. And then from there, I plan a TSC number. So annual TSC number with the intention that I saw number TSC. So kidogo at the end of the year, annual a place in Terege Boys. So I moved from Gere Girls in 2012 to Terege in 2013. So in addition to Terege Boys, I had a TSC number and all the documents. TSC. I tried applying for TSC. I applied for schools, but during those days, and I think it's still the same, competition is very tough. So year of graduation, so the more you stay out of employment, the better. Not even out of employment, as in before you. So at that time, I was just like a year old after graduation, so I was not successful. And then I applied in Kakuma refugee camp, which is in Turkana. That's in Kakuma in Turkana. So I was successful, and I also got a link through a friend. I was very successful. So 2014, I was Kakuma refugee camp. In terms of money. So I thought was a and then in that process, I got friends, and that's how I was linked up to a friend who was in South Africa. So through that process, I was able to send my documents for evaluation. The South African Qualification Authority. Evaluating the documents again, what level in terms so I have the documents through a friend. Alafu they managed to get me the SAQA evaluation document.
Chebitok kutoma ityo kai mwa about kakumait kaita. What were you doing? Were you teaching? What was it? Nyo ago kita naganegit ka nyo go in yemi unda kopit jagumwa gele network in network ngolimbo kakuma inyoru asina ile kibendi South Africa. Kimwa unjita or did you apply kimi goseti anan gileji njita kibendi kuni sokopit yai. But moiwe amejana le kibiyo ngin yuna muko keneti singole. But he applied in kimwa un about in North Kakuma ago kibiya ineng yunda what was your job exactly? Kongwe karibu.
Asante Belusi. So Kakuma is that in that refugee camp there are schools. Misuli kabagi ago the refugees in Kakuma come into school. So when you are purposely to teach. So there are a couple of schools inside the refugee camp. And also, I got the advert about those nini kiablon university. So manga grane, but it's also something ne meso explore in big chalk. Maya, in terms of shillings, I go yani maga turgana go maga. So that's how I got there. Go give on it. Kianetics so ili
So inetisyen Kakuma kotiani tamu magagait Kakuma nguno. So gobi inetisyen refugee ugele ineti refugees ko pik kimengen go basically go jago pik most of them jemite in union at Chebitok ko pik chekibunu Somalia chekimite ngitebe chechang lengi kimite yote. So they speak Swahili, they speak some English. Ko ing pik kimengen go pik wakimbise chekabwa nyokobwa yoto konetisyen sukul. The environment in yoto ko kiune nginye ago negit kora negit kager ale inye ko machito ne mabiye ko comfortable in nagilen comfort zone. So ugele iwendi age kus kongiger kopit opportunity leje bichoto saisere Kokemong'u ngolin kainyoru sukul age eng yo nyiwe inetishe eng terikeyat tugul isom yun. The next thing komeche simwoiwech about kenyorchi kasetit notok nebo South Africa ko kenyorchi ano atya iaplanda ano eng chito maybe komi chi nekosei takiba amu nginyoru nguno Hosea ine kosomani kasetit maite olimbo classified wendi Hosea kong'yami katikati koker ole politics ang yebata maybe kwa sports ak anendet Janet maybe kowendi classified so inye koboru kele kiwe classified isoman yotok inyorchi opportunities chomite Chebitok.
Yeah, kongoi missing Palosi. When I was growing up, and then kingoetu kugilija mama na nyunade, in life, you take a risk. And there are kind of risks which don't take a risk which will jeopardize your life. Like in terms of opportunities, try your best. Ikienda vizuri, well and good. We thank God for that. Usipoenda vizuri, my daughter, still thank God for that. And you will always come back home. So and then from here at home, we'll still figure out. So it was an opportunity. It was something new for me. To be honest, the highest place was in Nairobi kidogo. Just one day, just to do something with Junior Admission Board, but one day event. So it was the first time going away from home. So I followed what my mother used to tell me. The same thing also with South Africa. Alinambia, take a risk. We backfire. Kumagerambe kumenyo jeb kondo kumega ngale mai baschi. Maybe say money ngale ni mol moyot money wendi su ibiniti shei. So that's how I learned to be a risk taker in life or to pursue any opportunity which comes on my way. I will take it because of what I know that should anything go wrong, I will have home to go to. So how I came here, go give me a friend, give me and also I met the friend through a friend give me gora ikakuma. So walikuwa na watu hapa tayari. So and then that's how I so Turkana until end of June. So kwa ngete watake koganyo alafu nikuja South Africa in July. Yeah, so the assumption was that ninakuja alafu hata wawe isugul the maybe the second semester, but it didn't happen because that document against now it's a South African Qualification Authority. Suppose you plan Giotok. And I recently had an interview with Kasaveme, Nikia explained, and also with Moses Langat. I will share the links with anyone who wants to watch so that can connect the process when you get blonde or Giotok. But application during those days it could get hard copy. But nowadays, Gimiji University of South Africa. Because suppose you plan Giotok, South African it's South African Qualification Authority. So your documents ako verify ako evaluate ako maungulejini degree na bagenya kogra degree na South Africa and masters na bagenya kogra masters na South Africa. Katika tu choyo kwa Commission of University Education in Kenya. That's what they are doing. It's the same, almost the same, they play the same function. So annual the SACWA documents. Unfortunately, this SACWA, they don't recognize our qualification is the same as their bachelor's degree. So again, their program will be the ngorone ko primary school ko 7 years. Agumatindo a national exam. So ngidinyo ita mwanafunzi nungoting la kwenguna me class 7 ibiso mjini school physically. Isome high school. The high school ko 4 years. So that their high school is 5 years. And in the 5 years, they have an exam, Google Metric. So they do the metric in their 5th year. Now, and then university, they go for 3 years bachelor's, and then 1 year honors. And then from there, you can do your master's and a PhD. So now for them, they're seeing our qualification is high school. They don't recognize primary education here in terms of, because Matindo a national exam. So they will only evaluate your documents from your high school. So when they see your high school is 4 years, wanaona ni kama kuna a short 1 year short as compared to their program, which is 4 years. So now, even if our university is 4 years, our second class honors upper division, they still don't recognize that, and it's something which is a concern to us, and we've raised it with the commission of with our ambassador here or our commissioner, because it's very unfair. So now, nikapewa hiyo admission letter, but the admission letter is, I was lucky enough also just to get admission to masters, but the masters nige education development, so but I wanted to do psychology. So with psychology, what the SACPA says is a honors program. So when I joined, nikaingia honors program in 2015. Now that's when I started my first year after getting the documents. But I came to South Africa in July 2014, but I only started in 2015 for my honors.
Kongoi, Chebitok. Ago abwati ale engineer Janet sigesom Chebitok koyokwech how to apply. Amumara gomi biik che interested agosubej sikobit kinde our page, and then you can visit kora Facebook page nebo Chebitok asikobit iyai kito nameche kityo kemwochi biik chok Chebitok ko biik chok ngimwochi ko nekotaplani kolejin Chebitok korocho koyobu ngorotwe kaplonwa. Nobody applies for you. You have to initiate the process. Chicho isubej akimeche, you have to do the work. Inyende na aplani ma Chebitok ne aplonun amane na aplonun. I don't have the time. Chebitok doesn't have the time. Engineer doesn't have time. You have to initiate the process. All we do, kinda Facebook page, agegonin steps, iyai the work. So, ngeweke kebeberta na kotomo kebe ose amu kimeche kegonin iteb tebutik ko ameche kora kote agere Kiprop sang kale isubech mangen ale kamnyeno. Ose mangen ale isubech ngo sikobit iteb tebutikuk ose.
Kongoi balo sibitarono piik chakere nekikure Kisajei Kiprop sang kale tang sana Chebitok, asante sana. Kisajei ko kimi ak emetab Afghanistan na ibojin ano betusiechu Irene Rono kale I like the conversation, asante sana. Hosea Kiprop Chebore kale following live at Moi University, asante sana. Harap Chebore all the way from Mulimba Moi University. Daniel Tabut kale congrats Chebitok. Well, I remember teaching with you and when at the primary by a PTA and Kyomi to Igoneti that's your colleague in the Kyomi na Tawara Tabot Koet Langat Ashadra Kale life asante sana. Now Mwalimu Yotake Shadra Agoneti Shingulimba Emet China. I was a bit for Diego watching from Germany. I'm proud of you, Chebitok. Blessed be and keep shining asante sana. Ole Simba Chef Kale good job. I once saw you selling sukuma wiki masimwa weza Chebitok agere jini kale kituni aldoti sukuma is it true or arab kale ole sep Simba so simwa weji le aldota na sukuma kale senge mkubwa kale Scholastica bora asante sana. Obadia Mutai kale watching from Maralal asante sana Chitab Maralal. Judy Some following from Kericho, congratulations blood sister. Kongoi Kiptum Sime Arab Kujure Aligatua Jeptanya Chebitok, blessed be congratulations. Your extended family is so proud of you. Be blessed kabisa. Ngaingena rap kujure Chitab wayo. Chitab ore yegon Philemon kale congratulate daktari asante sana. Akpik Kenya asante sana engineer. Mejata sambik chego ingiani kotomi subscribe on YouTube ninyo kigebe episode chechang kabisa kongete episode number 1 hago episode 72 hago chang tugun chakike ngalale hago tomi subscribe na kibor titilian ngu ana kibor Chitab oret hago YouTube ninyo ne boigere ne Chitab Kalenjin ak pages chechok tugul amu tetutik chechok chechang ngalale tugun chechang opportunities ne tesetai inamjin agere chito nekakoingian kale even from kale tang sana Chitab Mosoriot asante sana. SK Stanley live from Mulimba Gaborone Botswana asante sana. Ngaki kwa
Osea, yeah, I'm interested in Gijep Kabaron Botswana. So karibu negi to lemite Chebitok. It's a very interesting country. In big kimengen ko Botswana kotindo the best fisheries, tindo the best ngalekab farming, ngalek aldo banyek. So Stanley si tiemi jenget kimeje kebwa akoi kebeberatak Gaborone, Botswana. So testai osea agere Francis Chitab Ketik noto kobunu Uasin Gishu abwati ale chitab kokwet sengem kubwa kasir tuguk che mongering ing yu kongoi nye kale oye chang tuguk che kasir kabaibachi ngalekuk kabisa sengem kubwa. So ko Chebet Gladys mangen ale mnyeno Shiazi anangale ngwana following ak Liruta kudos ko kongoi ngakwek tugul osea teb tebutikuk sikitesetai.
Kongoi balozi, kongoi engineer nekang'etwech. Atinye tebut karibu aeng Chebitok. Tebutiet netai ko kakenyoru ngele daktari, agere mi social media itrendani daktari is trending. So daktari nebo ne kisomanchi ne Chebitok at mwawech ak fans chechok chemengen kole daktari. Kokochang'a daktarinik kabisa. Angot chito nebo mitishamba kolen daktari. So karibu.
Ako Chebitok mite doktari ako mi daktari. So mongen ale ingirong choto aeng.
Okay, kongoi missing Hosea. So makaleji in sura nagatep Janet ko makaleji nin kai honors. It's a honors program, ko honors ko 1 year program. And then from there nikaingia masters. So kai masters in educational psychology, which I did in 2016 and 2017. And then in my honors program, I worked hard, and this university of mine, Negile University of KwaZulu-Natal, it rewards excellence. If you find your way here, the only thing you just need to do is to work very hard. Work yourself. After all, you will harvest tomorrow. If you're able to do it now. So, in your scholarships, in your good funding opportunities, and I was successful, so I get masters, the entire master's program, our master's committee free remission. Free remission in university is get masters and PhD. University tuition fees. So or your worries will be around medical aid, how to survive, that is. But the major thing, which is the tuition fees, is been covered by the university. So, and it's something which we really thank God for. We don't take it for granted. So after masters, there was no time to waste. You take advantage of, I took advantage of the opportunity to meet. So I can get a PhD in 2018. Nalimaliza 2021 last year in August. That's when I was able to submit my case for examination, and then the examination process took long. Annual results this year, and then I was able to graduate on the 14th of May this year. So Balosirono, so my PhD is a hand PhD. So it's a doctor, not daktari. So my area is in psychology. Thank you.
Koi kemwa Chebitok ile in konin sukul tuition. Kicheng je survivor ne ara kicheng ano je survivor ne South Africa mu Lois mo iwe ga ile ka momonia so kokona mama chu. So what me citas or chagia ingolo so biti survivor or how did you survive in game na misang Chebitok?
Kongo missing Balosi. I will do this wale with caution. Opportunities tiki miolo yenye kwa venye sisi tuliingia hapa kuma umite sahi mago uza otok sahi kiwale kingoinge ni PhD kwa kitamko kwa university 10,000 rands just to appreciate you amuge igen, lakini siku hizi that 10,000 kikochi kityongon chitab koroni makikochi na cheke chekibunusang. Ane ko kya magali jine nye kya honors imuto honors masters ako PhD. Ako igere temo isomani ko temo igilige ko geren big geren in lecturer ini geren ngo gere jina ko in nyo ay kuni ako free ibe kunoto. So kongete 2019 or 2018 atau PhD ko secure employment in university nitani in my school. So School of Applied Human Sciences, and I owe a lot to my school because I've been able to survive. I've been able to survive for myself and also for my family back at home through the school. So kongete in school, in my School of Applied Human Sciences, I serve as academic development officer. So the work kazi oyoe atilene sana sana wanafunzi. I'm a link between students and lecturers. Atorti wanafunzi ngalega consultations, ngot kumije tips about time management, ngot kumije kunje time maisha nwaje mjage discussion. So that's part of the things again kujodo. So I just deal with students. So it's something, it's yani jaglen yame ngolema yame hitorete au ngumije ngumige toret ngolo imuji. I love tena one thing also with me, I don't live an extravagant life. I live any maisha no muji. I live according to my means. Yeah, so I think that is to answer your question. So sorry Balozi. So in a nutshell, me opportunities lakini very rare. Sigenyor kumaraisi. Suppose ingala gumnyi ngala je lecturer chiguget, supervisor chiguget. Ako supervisor nyot ko yikuna je pondo. Authority kora. But it requires you to be a good person. Man, that is the best thing. Igujita ne gaharan yani ne ako supervisor ko bye ko banyendet. Ako department lo ako tukun ako tingo to magegona kasi ne. Waje mai volunteer ngami gine ba department gele kimeje bib ko barta tukun nyo se ba school kuna open days. I used to do it for free. Just to market my school because I like it. And then that's how they were able to take me, and I've kept the job until my contract ends in December. Yeah. Okay, Balos.
So Chebitok amaje get gure volunteer ingele bik chok changi moji lengi ngomi ose olimba indulwa metun gileje volunteer kole mago mi chebo boch. Lakini ka volunteer ne ko endi so koger chito kole ngoto koai kuni ko ka chito na kararan, so konyo kokonin opportunities ngolin ako kere bik tuguk che iya amache teimwochi bik chok kikure volunteer kiko uyo kikoromitu bik makongen mawendi buch atya komi ng'oliondo nekemwoe kelechini bik lai mebel darajet yelande amu kiweksei. So kikotien bik alake kole yekilonye barak inai ile kiwekse ng'uny, anything nekawo barak ko lazima kowek ng'uny akot ndegeit ngotakan off ipkolondonchin komasin. So mebel darajet yelande ak volunteer ini amache teiketyi noto sikonai chinyu kole bo komonut yeiyoe kiy age tugul.
Akiteshi Balozi akoteshi kora ng'alekab visa conditions amu emotinwek chu koune visa condition isit friendly na alloweni ngap komi visas cheu ngoi student ng'atutik komeonun iside anan iwoken within une visa conditions chebo kebebertab South Africa ngachang ngoi mwanafunzi.
Okay. Kongoi missing. So we are kama Balozi volunteer. Again, some of these things, sigenyor opportunity, especially gimiji sang, and then ako timi ole me tukunje without expecting any pay. And sometimes you do these things, comedians situngesa kasi. You just do it as a human being, especially you give a service which ne benefit ni chito. Kogera kana kamuten na mibara kisangot kole ki tuni aguni it is your time to reap what you've been doing. So volunteer inagumile ngio ya mugleni in sigesara kasi nyoto. Ngomi gine ge to the teaching and ngomi just do it, just for the sake of doing it, and then just wait for your treasure. And it's only God who does the reward. Okay, so in some places you just have to volunteer out ijenge kasi na nilion mami gine gelen puch. Of course it's puch. You don't know who is watching. You really don't know who is watching. And then the other thing, you be a good person. That's what I've learned. And just be a humble human being. Give me your name, just humble yourself. Sometimes I go to ngisomani jito ko ngapa ko operation shoulder tak supervisor ngapule supervisor ayuguni ngap mutako changen and now got your lecturers and I'm gonna go more work, mommy get a question when you stay humble. Go their boss, if a boss or someone who is ahead of you say something, I name after all we always fear tomorrow will be there out of it will not cost you much as long as malinjito there's a gun, shoot someone. As long as malinjito is something which threatens your life or threatens somebody else's life, but things ya hii dunia unafanya tu na unawaachia Mungu. That is the message I'm sending it out there. In terms of visa conditions, a student visa, you are allowed to work for 20 hours in a week. So 20 hours in a week is a lot of hours. Like it's like 5 hours in a week. So part time, it will help you. I love the good thing with this university and in South Africa system in general. They recognize your qualification in terms of anything PhD ko masters and honors. I want to get into tell you if you're doing a PhD and even I want a PhD me senior phase and go. So that is the kind of things. I mean, it's flexible in terms of the employment is very good. So I'll give me a PhD, it's helpful. The amount you will get see on buyer as opposed to someone who is doing a master's or doing a honors. Okay, thank you.
Kongoi. Amite kityo akagere tebutiet age kalin ara through your resume ko bar kole ki waken ngalekab HIV and AIDS awareness. That was part of the voluntary negiyae and part of the study negiyae and passion negi created towards educating big ngalekab HIV and AIDS eradication. Now
Okay,
wait.
thank you.
I have another question. Ngateshi muka kakase ngalale ngalekab in work authorizations engoleta. So as a PhD student, tos kikonin kora kinekikure assistantship. Engoli ko cham kekonu assistantship, yani yegu professor assistant and teaching assistant in the university, maybe never undergraduate. So Lebanon fees and then maybe that is just something about US.
Okay, thank you so much, Osea. So let's start with Osea's question. I'm so much invested, and then as I'm talking about health, and even the purpose of my Facebook page is because I want to talk about matters of mental health by virtue of having done psychology and what I'm very, very much passionate about, sexual health. So HIV is a risk, and it's a sexual related risk. So in my master's research, I did something on contraceptive use among students, particularly with the hope of helping young people to prevent unplanned pregnancies. In my PhD, HIV. So I was looking HIV in terms of HIV. King and HIV in particular in a country about Kenya. HIV ko kita na mite. Ako biki sana squeezy. Affectani ko biki mengejen. Ako giro biki mengejen emoni kelen 15 to 24 years. Ko about Kenya go within that age range, about 15 to 24 years. Ako biki affectani sana ko TB. So in the last World AIDS Day, the image of HIV is an adolescent girl. So, and it is so worrying, and it's a pity that piki mengeje njekite kemyo anegele tungo leaders about tomorrow ngakele piki mengeje ngoje ga tungo kutoriti emet kujuta kana ukimwi, and of course kingele ukimwi is a chronic illness. Ngawana men mogilengi sabe ka corona amogisabe. So my message is, or my motivation is, I want to be part of the people to talk about this thing, particularly to young people, to protect themselves from getting it. And if they have it, to protect themselves from spreading it, and also to have a positive living. So I wrote my entire PhD thesis on HIV, it's HIV risk and the issue of HIV testing among young people. And my sample or picture targetani ko university students in the university which I am in. So I think that is to answer your question, Ose, and also I am really part of even what we normally do here. Some things again, health promotion. So, and also one of the things I'll be doing in my Facebook page is to help promote health in terms of sexual and mental health. And then to answer your question, Janet, ngalega work visas. Igeroli kila kitu nikiko nyukumele guaranteed kiabloni. So you can even apply to be a lecturer. Ulitol tutors. You can also be a lecturer. You can also apply for a lecturer. Lakini again, it's a short-term thing, maybe a semester and whatever. So I've also done tutoring, and also I've done supervision. Normally, kuna a group of students joined postgraduate diploma in counseling. So I've had a chance to supervise them. So again, okay, do kazi fanya. It requires application process. So you apply, you motivate for it and all that. Tuition fee. So whatever you do out there is just to make an income and then you get paid for it. And then the other thing also, which the challenge we have here is that you can only work for as long as your visa is valid. If you don't have a visa, you cannot work. That is the other challenge we have here. But opportunities, particularly at a higher level, lakini, it requires you to apply and motivate and do the interviews and prove to them that you really fit to hold the position you've been invited for. Thank you.
Daktari, Kongoya, for your answer. Just out of curiosity, what is your key finding in research negia activities nengung ne your takeaway to your community? If you can share.
Kakiteshi kwani ngelechi biik kokwanyge kole makingeti so creating confidence ilechi biik makosa kebimangei so nginyoru kimi theory olekinye kemi pikipikit ngeng'alale kebiik kole chito adapto metoege ng'alecho menget.
It's a very funny statement there. Sasa, okay, so the major finding, objectives, in amwingen big or the sample pick up university. It's been in the world for quite some time now, over decades. Kiki discovered HIV in 1981. So from there, so one of the findings in HIV. Netai kongen bitu wale HIV ko is a threat, is a risk, is a health problem. Ako nemi wala tukul ngen biku noto. Nebo aeng ko kere bi wale and in bitu mengejen wale ngami teki lagini I'm somehow protected. So kere wale ngami ki lagini u ma affected na mutu ko mining. That is what they give. The other thing I'm very faithful to the person I'm dating. So the other thing they still use these signs like AIDS, a fully blown AIDS. Pimples. That's what educated people are still talking about when they're trying to give an image to HIV. So, which is really something worrying. HIV nowadays, those symptoms, so that are some of the things for diagnostic purpose, which is really very wrong. And then the other thing, people, some students were going to that they feel threatened or they feel at risk of HIV amu matinda uwezo ko identify kitenda ukimwi ang matinda amune amu ARVs. ARVs, they look even more health than those who are not using ARVs. So they feel threatened in that way because they cannot see. So they see there's a problem in that way. And then the other thing, there's a lot of trust in relationships. And it's something which we really need to talk about this. You know, there's that excitement, you're falling in love and all that. But please remember this. You're playing with your life. You know, a man, that partner of yours can leave you at any point. Nothing is permanent. And there's no assurance of permanency. But you need to be assured of your own health. So, kiwar lana being a leg of trust. Sana gele, oh, niko kienyeji. The word kienyeji. Ni, kubunu momoniat, mamonet ko reserve. Ojeto mo exposed to me. Mauni ba Mombasa, mauni ba Nairobi. It's not like that. Amu ukimwi, kumelen kita, it's not area specific. Maglen gyo Nairobi na ilia konamen. Na majeto ngule mite. So, the first thing which we need to do is to test. I love that assumption that gitestani ko kumegeni jenge. Really, we should go against that. Gitestani ko authority in two ways. Gitinye ke linken into treatment. Again, ulegi yani a positive living. How to enhance your positive living in terms of kiamene sokobe koti with the sickness. So the sickness is not defining you, but you are the one to define it. You're negative. So to help yourself to stay negative, this is what you need to do. You need to A B C D. So that is the power of testing. And then it is only through testing because that's how this thing is spreading. The only way you can trust someone is just by testing. And testing means from here, we need to remain negative. To remain negative, stay in the relationship. If really very, very, very possible to young people, if you cannot abstain, then the best way to do is to condomize. That is the safest way to help you in terms of protecting for HIV. So one other finding, people get tested because they are fearing that wamepata ukimwi. Mtu ameenda ku risk. So now, and they rush for testing. So and you realize even this the time you go testing after 3 days or 4 days or after a month. HIV into that incubation period. Maybe it can manifest in 3 months or 2 months. So that is one finding. The other finding in testing, it is testing the relationship. So you test, see wrong would go faithful the partner and then faithful. It's just like, you know, it's really a way of gambling with your life. So you don't people should prioritize HIV testing as a part of their everyday life. Kuyo kipendi kanisa and nguagilion out in families making the assumption is that tukianza kuongelea mambo na ukimwi sahi with my family, with my mother or my father or my brothers, it's as if nime risk or it's as if it should not be like that. Suppose ke normalize and even if we don't talk about it, it will still exist and it's still going to infect some people. So that is my findings, and out of that is a conclusion I draw. Thank you.
Ko sita sataya kwa matep tebu chename jatebi. How is it in South Africa? You know, une amuis kagila South Africa within the youngest population in the world. Those within the population were mugi barugi mubi anane mongen.
It's an interesting question. The most affected group in South Africa, 15 to 49 years. That's what they are saying. So, and then the group which is at a high risk of getting it is 15 to 24 years. So, the highest population, which is really very worrying. The highest population could be Kubitok pengi jengo kanye, kubi chetinda jemiata very high risk in HIV. And I have worked at a university. Mia University 2017 as a psychologist, and also the current university I'm in. So people come for therapy sessions. And then one of the things which we normally ask is whether they are on any medication and go some sort of medication, which might be affecting how they are feeling. So someone understand I'm on ARVs, and it's just a normal thing for them, you know. So, and you will see that they are very healthy people, and they are on ARVs. So young people for sure, they are the most affected group. And even here, if someone like approaches you, sawa. Sasa tunafaa kutest. Mtu anakimbia mbio sana. People don't want testing here. It's not something which they really want to associate themselves in. So, and then also testing also here is somehow stigmatized. Testing, you're testing because something has happened. And what I've realized also is that and from the participants' discussion is that those 10 ukimwi kangebendi kubikala kibendi ato mele potesteni peni so gere to ko biki kabunu ko testeni ngeger ni smaila ni gelenga so ngeger ngoge ngetin koge kamo makasirika gelo ye ngoni ngayo change. So there's a lot of dynamics around this issue of testing, but also just to answer your question, it's a problem here. HIV is a real problem. South Africa is one of the countries, exactly a problem in Southern Africa. You get to go countries like Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, and South Africa. Those are the most affected countries in Africa. So it's just a matter of taking care of yourself. And also, interestingly, a country like South Africa, it is known globally in terms of their interventions around HIV. They have a very good treatment plan, ARVs. They have got a good treatment plan in terms of they're doing a lot of testing. There's a lot of interventions to prevent people from getting HIV, but still, it seems like these interventions are not really doing much to help the country. But there's a lot of things happening in this country in terms of HIV prevention. A lot, yeah.
Kongoi nye daktari agagere people are very fascinated and following big jemite Janet Chebitok Olimba Wasingishu Irene Rono Rotich Ainea Jacob Kipkoskei. Yeah, they are writing a lot in you. Ako sir nga lega basa jajangin you. Ako kongoi nga kwek tukul mo gi muge walo tukul lagini I'm sure ako tin daktari lasa magotage testai aktibutik engyo.
Yeah,
yes.
Balozi, challenge daktari if possible yagetesetai sijui kama unaweza ona comments si soman kitjongani zero in what people are saying, and maybe you can quickly answer those questions later if possible. A lot of people have questions and there's a lot of misconceptions actually, I would say, about this topic.
Yeah, ako topic nagararan sa tagi motungora daktari amu it's something that is very very important in picture. Mi sing ingaleju taje HIV ak mugonjwe shagalak amu in sometimes it is also cultural the culture village in jita magiajo magilion tukitugul but sigere comments jamia so go maybe walu tebu tegalag iteschi ko daktari ko meje tebu chena meja tebane ko in tebu chena tebe ko imi emet of South Africa ko ginyoru gele mone ko tindo 11 different 11 national languages. Tebu chenu na meja tebane daktari o tebe letos in 11 languages too. So how have you been able to, or what has been some of the challenges? Missing daktari ko mi ngaliana giba racism. Racism king die kutoma in South Africa. I've also been to South Africa. Ko gimi ngaliana giba apartheid. In fact, when I was here, ko gijam in passport in Baganya ko gijam anang passport in dunia gigilen you can travel everywhere in the world except South Africa. lakini abwati ale kikeisto ko ki because of apartheid. Ain bet imite olotok kobit as no kelen xenophobia. Amache simwoiwech ile how have you been able to maneuver ing ng'alechutok kibinyortoi emet ko naat ing ng'oliotab apartheid eng gaa kikomach koistogei, lakini abwoti ale takomi konotok kou nekibo against chumbek ak biik chetuen, lakini anyun sikomi nebin xenophobia netesetai. How have you been able to maneuver ing chutok keteschi anyun 11 languages cho national languages imi South Africa, Daktari?
Kongo missing Balozi, and that's a very, 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 very interesting question. Kwanza, the issue of language. When I came to South Africa, I really changed my mindset about the issue of language. It is the first time I'm very proud to be a Kalenjin, and I should be speaking Kalenjin kutoka sege. Big up korone, tamelo kainuane tia. Tame muna get 11 languages. Like these people, there's provinces. You're gonna go like me the KwaZulu Natal is Zulu dominated. So Zulu is their language. Gwendi mwanafunzi kwenye ulekera yade kinga pure Zulu. Kine tege mathematics in Zulu. Kine tege chemistry in Zulu. Unajua sasa isa na Kenya nguna na wewe unakuwa nyoro my lecturer ago bago tete. I will have to speak in Swahili or Kiingereza. It is so different here. And I like the way these people have really embraced their language so much. Una office, and it creates that normalcy. It creates that very conducive environment. So and I really wish that as Kenya, we could embrace our languages, because that alone, it's something I really learned and I really value in this country. So their language, they've really embraced it. Even if you repeat the fight sanzala, so the other challenge nikiti kongegere ngoyi tu nguna oguni kele ni ngana lizulu kongome ngana lizulu kusosene yamu yani gere wale magnetin yani ni kama utaki kuongea, lakini marazi ne sio rahisi kuongea hii lugha, lakini tumejifunza ngale njini ngale ngiwole ke mbiji ya mbija kinyo, so but tumejifunza, so I'm able to make a simple conversation in Zulu because nimekaa hapa since 2014. Unaelewa a few things, whatever they are talking about, greetings, kongoi, so it's something happening. And then also this university, they have introduced something called language. It's called BR9. It's a language rule. Every student in Kenya undergraduate, if Zulu is not your first language, you have to do Zulu. Nguna ndenyo Kenya ni undergraduate, nguna ndenyo na Kenya ni isomingi undergraduate, you have to come and do Zulu. Ngotko Indian and go in white person, there is also a colored person, my Zulu in high school, they have to do Zulu. So you can see how much these people have really embraced their language. And also, of course, their national anthem is also translated into I think their local languages. So in terms of language here, these people have really embraced their language. I want to give a speech. If I chancellor, even our thesis has been translated to Zulu, the abstract parts. So I cannot emphasize enough how these people really value their language. I want to give up put it. Embrace our language. Give me it out. Go in addition, go lecture here. I want your mwanafunzi ne kaigero kaine ke ure Chebitok. Ongalale nandi and ongalale kipsikistan ongale Kalenjin in basically. It makes the work easy. That's how I came to and I really appreciate that in this country. The other thing, I've never experienced any. Also, partly because Ologimitoko is a black population dominated. So it's the Zulus. Alafu the issue of xenophobia. Xenophobia, it's something which is there. It depends really. We are in a university context, and then you can easily become a target. But it's something which is happening face to face. I've never come face to face with xenophobia, but I've heard it's existing and I've read about it. And I've been told that some people have experienced it, but personally, I've not really experienced or the Kenyans when you took Otapa, because we are in a university context. So none of us has really experienced something xenophobic or something or activity which would be xenophobic related. Yeah.
Kongoi nye daktari ko abwati ale the setup ne imi chito ngot imi institutions komi sukul ko koter maybe ngot imi olimbo town asiwe suburbs and then ko walaksei so ako ngalekab mung'aret ak tukyo tugul jo so kongoi daktari kakisubun kakebwa kainyo momoniat kaiwe olimbo Ngechek kanyo nyeiwe inetishe ang noimi South Africa kakekas akobo family akokere ko kakosubet biik chechang eng yu daktari kakosubet biik eng yu ko mongen maybe komi chito neisubi akokere kole ara Chebitok ini kolyon Chebitok is Chebitok booked anan tomo ako what are the limitations amu mara komi chito neisubet eng yu kolen ingele bichu choket ngolimbo ka kina Hosea chemi olimbo Reserve kongokas kole Chebitok ningi koit PhD makotwekuchi so tos imwane akobo notok Chebitok.
Hey, Walosi. I don't really like talking about personal life on social media, but in terms of age, Thomas was amazing. I'm 33 years old. My best, whatever I've learned in life, it's just because of my mother's teaching. Yani, that is the only person who wanted my share. Everything is just my mother. So my mother, and what my mother told me, and that is the answer to your question, is that I'm a PhD, ako meeting lakwa, ako your own graduation party inga. After that, you will be ready for marriage. So I finished my PhD in December. We are going to have a graduation party in Kenya. And then from there, Sasa, I will be ready to get married. So currently, I'm not seeing anyone, but if you feel like you can date me, to my fair. Yeah.
So we leave it at that. So if you are courageous enough, then last time it's not just if you are courageous enough, Chebitok is a good person. Thank you. We leave it at that. So Tunita Jeje and Gutkemite will come for the graduation December. That would be perfect. Janet, let's plan to be home so that we can celebrate Chebitok. Also, Tunimi Australia, just come so that we can celebrate. We want to celebrate big because you've made us all proud, Chebitok. Ako ngot ko kakasaji nagegure Dr. Sambu. Angen ale jam game me foreign stable. Let's be proud of our language. Dr. Sambu will be very proud of you. Apo, amuga gile studies ko barugele. Gi translate in your language, ngigere motenwek che paishe their mother tongue. Ko succeed in the week. So, Chitab Kalenjin jo sube tokul onge embrace our mother tongue. Kaigas komo Chebitok. Dr. Sambu, wherever you are, look for Chebitok. This is somebody ne Jame language, and I guess unenge South Africa, unigi Dr. Sambu South Africa. Kuginyanyo lota kogir ko lamana na language ko so man the languages. So ongo nyengo tisube Dr. Sambu ngolemi, here is a person who will help us with the language, but onge embrace the language. Ko kete satanyo ko abwati ale meje keweke amu kaketep we leave it at that. Kongoi ing picture ko subet like ana kisharan ameje keweke kenyoru engineer sokotep tebutiet. Engineer, karibu.
Kongoi balozi ako kongoi kora daktari eng kanetutik chekaimwawech eng betunie rani. Kacham akine ng'oliondo nobo language ko imagine nda ngotau lakwet kong'ololi kineti kosoman ma angot ABCD amu our language is written, yes, but that is how that language. By the time na ingia class 1, I think it's very interesting concept. I wish ndagi implementing this thing, because I think long time ago ko kijamgi nete lagok nandi and then Kalenjin or their own local language before, but I don't know because of ne mongen. Maybe we can revisit that at some point. Swali nenyo Chebitok ne kamache atebenen kora chang youths chekakosubet chang youths chemiteu. Ako angen ale chitugul kochenge opportunity. There's a very high unemployment rate. There's chang youths che idle and not necessarily by choice. And then maybe mamito legero kule, where do I go or what do I do? South Africa is also a victim of high unemployment rate. One of the highest unemployment rates. So kamichi mwawet kichongan comparison between Olemi in South Africa and Kenya, and then also from your own observation, konne recommendations and observations to imekan for our youths to seek any opportunities.
Okay, thank you so much, Janet. Call one of the comments in the view. Those magat fees and bank statements. I think to pay your fees is bank statements, something like that. So one thing to say about that, I would advise someone they move say a master's in Kenya. You can to avoid that issue of honors. Honors is very expensive. I almost dropped out. Again, friends of mine, I was at the verge of coming home. So, if possible, I masters in Kenya. A friend of mine, like Nicholas Rono, who is also following us now in Westville campus, who in a PhD in chemistry. He purposely came here for PhD because he had a master's from Kenya. So, because this SAQA will put our qualification below. So, it only honors the masters. It's a nightmare. So I don't encourage anyone unless you go and admission direct in your master, in your master's. That will be great because you will take advantage of the free admission. So if possible, I master's in Kenya. I love your PhD, and the university itself, it is student centered. It supports their students so much, and you can even study from home. There are some, particularly maybe we can organize another event to talk purposely of how one can come here. So especially pick up quoted. So kongetin ke explain ulikibondo kutoku amu raisi. Ke masa wata go raisi go see any other country go purposely for education. As ngalega fee statement you're not required. Again ngi apply nguna visa ta itinye kitonga in Kenya shillings 150,000 inga kawa ngunget. You are good to go. Our visa process, it takes 3 or 4 days. Komong ngele a week. Wawajanga. Megere. So, magene maui. Mutinyo purposely for education, and I think there's a good relationship between South Africa and Kenya in terms of out here one visit, even with a visit visa. My sister attended my graduation. I will give within 3 days and 2 days the visa. So, maraisi kedinonia Kenyan a visa when South Africa. Maraisi. Ako raisi ga iwane. Kali the only thing which you require within postgraduate studies, masters, PhD, you only need to produce a statement in 150, and you're good to go. Okay. And then the other issue of employment. Honestly, unemployment here is also very high. It's all the same. And as I say to you, Janet, wanafunzi. And over the years I've been here, I've built relationships with students. First year, under my because I'm a link between students and the lecturers. So they are wishing to come back. You got another program, so we could postgraduate diploma in teaching. So this. Psychology, criminology, and the graduate. So there's a very huge unemployment rate here. And even in that sense, their policy is also around visa. imekuwa shida kubaki hapa because the agenda is to retain their own people first. Megere? So oliginye last year kuginginyo PhD kekonen kita na critical skills visa without having to have a job. But now from this year walitoa your option. So what they are saying is you first need to secure employment so that we give you a visa. And in that employment, please, they have to advertise them. They have to advertise the post. And once it's advertised, see, in a track application from South Africans and foreigners. So, and then you have to justify as to what out of the advert, maonyo rujitab kuron goro koto mongedin ama ose chitab sang megere ako te advert ko lazima kikita gazetiti lazima yani kikurumit ngalekab in employment basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So maraisi is a employment in maraisi because the issue the documents. Ako tungno sana Igere this university, even if they want to retain me, of course they are really wishing to, but the thing is because they have seen me as being a good person, they have seen my skills, they know me, I've worked with them, I've built a relationship with these lecturers and all that, but they have to justify they have to put up an advert of which it's not possible because they are there, they will apply and as long as there is a black South African female, black female, maybe black female, black male, after Indians, coloreds, whites, and then has foreigners. So you see, in the hierarchy, we come last. So opportunities here for employment, it's becoming difficult. Although they are there, but they are a nightmare. So this is a country where one can just come, study, and you go back home. Or from here, you go to another country to look for employment or just to look for a living outside South Africa. It's not, ma country negileni, unaweza baki hapa hivi ufanye kazi kidogo ufanye nini. It's a problem. Maraisi genyo kazi kwa raisi, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Ngot kojarchin asis kotos ingetuan anune ngatutikab olotok. I think kayele my question ngot kojarchin for instance asaman kotinyoru lakwa nebo olimbo urab Sulu kwa Sulu land kotos ingetune is it in South Africa?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Igere kitambo what has been happening? Kokitam kubwane bijep sang emotunwek alak. Kubwane bijep emotunwek alak ako nyokwal lagokab koroni. Sikobit kele kikotungei, sikobit kongetin kikocher tasishek. Megere? Nga alak akot alak kobusi. Kobusi lakwetab koroni sikomengis tuwai akolya. Atyo sikongetin konyor tasishek. Atyo after hapo kometokeke lakwet obis. So kokikenai bichuto chu, kikonai. Angomwaun kut komi emet ne if there is a country which prioritizes its people, is South Africa. It's something I admire. I wish Kenya tungekuwa tunafanya tu hivyo. Everything kichonganikiwa the first person in your agility kokubikwa. Everything works for their own interest. Megere? Akonda hii politician, mimi sina wala corruption. It's almost like Kenya. Lakini ngo corruption ngotko uwa ga amazing, lakini ulito ngao, lakini it spills over to the public. So that is the advantage of this country. So they have come up with a rule. Ngojarchina system una nyuru la kwata ab koronotoni. The requirement lazima obe ako lungonget ibitula kwa officially. Ngulungonget. Nguna ngotko Kenya ibitula kwa ngonyo Kenya ibitula kwa officially in Kenya. O erusi tuma Kenya. Ako lazima igoite dawari. Ingoroni nguna lazima igoite dawari ngoroni. Atenda ka ilipan dawari oba nyu Kenya botungei. And then from there now, I think they give a spousal visa. I think it's for 5 years. Maybe now after that, yeah, you get a permanent residence. Yeah.
So it's not easy as we think, like so it's not as easy as we think. Like Chebitok. Send your resume to kina engineer. So you guys PhD, you become international. So agungut komi gora bingulo baga goji Chebitok kasi. She's a very good employee. Kaoga space on what she does. Ko chita negiri le monyo genya lele kwai oyagasi nagararan. So ngut komi jola baga nya ne indai gasi nagararan agi meje chita ne meje kwai a good job. Chebitok, you know, you are international now. You know, you can send your resume to engineer, to Wasea. You know, the world is wide. Ago kawa ya taking jita na unye ko kongwenye Chebitok, and we wish you the very best as you continue. Wasea mongen ginye tebut negi sagewege ke bwaja mo gilen takeaways. Utitinye tebut imuji tep so ko ke bwa takeaways jo.
Kongoi. This a question in connection to unemployment rate in your way meta Kenya. Ngalali karibu 40%. Iwe matunweka lak ne unami unemployment ngalali karibu 3% iwe meta America. So my question is, I'm taking ngalali ikaji up. Narani kimi ground. Iwe bokwe ni wakijana ipetu ngalali kiti Australia iyo limba goreta balosi kamuba ngalali America ko iwe bokwe take. So what's your message to the young youth na much kwa ngasarta jeme mojo kwa komanda imotunweje kapsa.
Thank you so much, Osea. I think one thing which, from my experience of being in South Africa, now compare the youth about Kenya and South Africa, Kenya go very aggressive big. That is what I like about Kenyans. You get a Kenya, itinye degree, lakini utaenda kusukuma mkokoteni, utaenda kufanya motorbike, akitinye degree. Pick up kaita ni, moya ngaliya. Tepche tionda nga kuburi, ako tungo keserikase en ngogelia. Megere? So ikasi ngo tiongo ko complain njita walia. So Kenyans mabichi kineti. Mabichi ki mwani ngeleji ni kuni. They are already doing it. Igere big sana igere mi boda gumi go to business, gumi go olia, but they are really doing it. Nguna big up put it on get style ko no to. Mete bi tanga ile amu mo yasit o kya so mana o kya your time will come. Gumi no opportunity na kibendi ke mando sang, whatever you are able to do it at home, do it. Maraisi maisha to lep sang dole. There's a lot of things which we have to deal with. Megere? So I go gonna came that mindset. Now we suppose keba imeta again so bit kengetin keyboard ola tukul. I love then another thing. No money gonna big jog. Don't compare your life with that of someone else. That is where the problem starts. What do I get la kuchi so many to high school gumi to un. La wo to jegi so many and go to kikil jonati and go log gumi to un. We are living at our own times. That's why we all don't die at the same time. When so it's also the same thing with life. Be contented with where you are. Others you compare and you will have stress, you will have I mean so much will be going on in your mind, yet you are living your own time. Just and what my mother used to say, work hard so that you don't regret. I don't think anyone would regret. Backfire. Surely it's not your fault. You gave it all. So what else are you going to do? So just work hard. Whatever you're doing, do it. Go ground between difficult. Like now I have a PhD, yes, but I'm still looking for a job. You see? So we are all hustling in different capacities. You can undergrad looking, master's looking, PhD. So there is always looking. That is the message, yeah.
Amen. Ma testini ngolion niya so ngot kito kul mi ngolion nagi kamwa jita kul taret mongken na so taret ko. So, but you know, that is a little different. Mami jaga amu we are all looking. So nagata taret ko we are all looking. So Kongo hinga tukul juga usupi peti ko aye la pamoja pen koech kale ngalale after party pen koech ko monget setungia tajen you have to let us know so situ niño inye sharagan maybe you can sing or you can do what I don't know what you will do Kiptum Simei komite kebeberta nebo Ohio, kongoi Kiptum. Agerin Bruno Tarus, very inspirational. Kongoi ngakwek tugul cheko usubich. We love you, thank you so much. Kisome kele share, like it, write a comment sikobit ketestai kounotok. Nekisakeitu let nebo tetutietab rani ko meche kityo kebwa chekikure takeaways amu kakisub akichek. While we are asking ketebe tebutik whoever we bring to or our guest, kelonani akichek, so kelona kinetigei tuguk chechang as we continue interviewing someone. Konekit kebwa chekilen takeaways sikobit kekonin boroindo imwa ng'alekuk chebo let. Kokotom keit yotok meche kele kongoi ngakwek tugul chekausubet, kongoi Ngoftiven, kongoi eng Tamo Life, kongoi eng Ndonyo Mart. Those are our sponsors. Mwa kele continue sponsoring us ngimeche itoretech kunotok imwoiwech. Kongoi neo. So kimeche keweke na kumwa kele takeaways, but we'll go ladies first again. Engineer, karibu.
Asante sana. Alen eng takeaways ni chachuke. First of all, I'm challenge Daktari Kongoi for sharing a lot of knowledge, wisdom. Ako kora congratulations for your high achievement. Kenyor PhD ko maraisi through all the challenges chikibun. So I think inspiration nenyu netai ko no matter what unechi, it is possible. It's the highest the highest degree of learning, which is a PhD. So congratulations. Na I guess sisi wengine, we are very inspired. Nebo aeng, nataka kushukuru for sharing your insight agoba language. It's one thing na passionate agane about. Ago because kagile, if you want to speak to somebody, if you want to speak to somebody, muchi ngalale any other language. Lakini nkimeche itchi muguleldanyi, speak to them in their own language. So our own language, our first language, Kalenjin mother tongue. Ongetiem kiet atkan kora. Angotak cheget chemachemi enga tunaongea huku Kiingereza mingi, lakini tunajaribu. Kitcheme. So let's all embrace our language and love it. Ak our culture kora. And simatun kobet amu eng kenyisiek chebwone ikere nguno lagok che like maybe our generation's children. Ko mutai ko maybe makongen angot Nandi, makongen the values, makongen the culture. Ko ngibwat anyun lagokab lagokchok, what will happen to that generation? Koiku a lost generation. Ako one other thing nekameche amwa ko akobo ngalekab language and culture and identity. Ko very important. Inyo nguna ku America, you find African Americans ko struggle any missing akobo ngalekab identity amu matinye that identity ko was stripped off them. So mat koek acheket chekaki strippenge our own identity amu eng tai ko chang ngalek, especially social issues chebitu because magitindei an anchor, which is usually our language and our culture. So let's embrace that. Number 3, kita nekanetege kora ko there's challenges everywhere. Kagomwa daktari kole ngokainyoru masters, ngokaitar form 4 komi challenges, you still need to look. Ngokaitar masters and a first degree, you still need to look. Ngokaitar everywhere, angot PhD, angot kokainyoru kasit, ko maybe kasit notok itindei, ko melen ile notok nekiaspani iegu. So you're always looking. So this is always a continuous struggle, and embracing that, our hard work and determination and excellence in whatever we do is going to take us very far. So later, I hope we keep that spirit, and thank you, Daktari, for inspiring us. Amitik Chongana wishing you well, and congratulations again. We're very, very proud of you for representing us in Ngolimba KwaZulu. And everywhere that you will go, keep shining. Asante.
Thank you.
Kongoi nye engineer, kongoi. Kimeche kebe akoi kebeberta nebo Australia. Osea,
Gongwei, Balosi, Gongwei engineer, my takeaway go, the first way, don't compare, me compare, nyege, gisijin go nyege, me tebi compare ni higere, agigere maisha ni babi galak, iroge, mwenyewe, don't compare, another thing, let's keep exploring the opportunities, gere daktari, ingwango tingo miterige ko gitiam gora ko limbaloto kakuma ko kan opportunity ko explore other opportunities angelinda another thing wherever you are sicken ije ngimi me ko comfortable at that environment ngimi atagira ile an opportunity ne tos nyorji another thing na very very important when you have emphasize an engineer like the language and cross-referencing in South Africa ko gotaje kole kimi kole ematunwek chekimi ko ematunwek chu ko impress and kora language so onge kipen kora our identity another thing ko kanet ka very important ko the sakwa kere sai ko jang scandalization jeta setata eng emetab Kenya kityeme ke verify kele kisomanano chichi kere emetab South Africa ko tinye kene kure sakwa kwalwe sitiketaji daktari sitinyi mwawech more in detail. Another thing ko nekanyoru when ko very very interesting kosubkei ak ng'alekab social issues cheketin to be precise ko ng'alekab HIV AIDS the theories chetikibwoti kele chamegei olinbo ground amechaleji my takeaway ko machamegei senge so we have to keku serious akongetiem ketestenech matikeboisie kityo theories so angot biik chekikonyor knowledge chekikoba sukul atare kityo mi tiendo no kitien arap kimeto nobo rat torosta kotom icherugei kepimanin kelia ko kitien Joel Kimeto tiendo nebo rat torosta so kongo daktari we will still invite you sinikeng'alale ng'alechot in more details back to you Balozi.
Kongoi nye Hosea, kongoi Janet, kongoi ngakwek tugul. Kito nebo kamanut ko nakimwoe kelen be risk taker. Ige Chebitok ne riskeni mawendi ako comfortable in comfort zone. Be risk taker. So kama ngolimba momoniat ko limba Turkana ingele ngemwa Turkana Chebitok kolen chito men kokilala asista olotok ko Chebitok olotok ngomi kora yundok but kawa refugee camp ngomi orit yundok yat konyek so metepte karik tugul so you know use your eyes akiker around talk to people networkan konyo South Africa ndakimaiwe Turkana tamemi South Africa and then kit nebo kamanut nekanetege me kompeankei ak chito age live your own life kekas ngoto kakikobor Chebitok koboretab Chebitok kobo Chebitok so mi neng'ung so live your own life stop comparing yourself with others but keep walking ko ye kikonin boroindo ye nyoru boroindo akot ngomenyoru ngot kekonin boroindo ko kongoi ko ngomenyoru volunteer kekas ng'oliondo nekile volunteer ko ye volunteer iyai kasit kabisa me volunteer amu kechenge ke volunteer siyai ko kerin biik ko yai tuguk chekororon ko kakerin biik ko kere chito kole orne chito nekararan mi chito akot nemuchi konyo restaurant nyokotebi koker kityo service neyoe koker kolejin yeah there is an opportunity based on ole yoitoi lakini ngibirtoigei kokere chito kole ibire amu tinye konyek chito tinye engineer konyek tinye Hosea konyek ako tindoi Chebitok konyek ngot kotindoi kampunit Chebitok ko ngochenge biik sikeyoe interview komelen kele kure biik interview you'll go to places akiker biik iro chito noe itebe ileje tos iboibochini kiy yeyoe komwaun kolejin amune ileji ndabitu ki age so kerin biik in other words kakile imebanan anan mebel darajet yelande ngilande ilande bitonin akimete darajet amu kiweksei so kito nebo kamanut nekakineteke ko notok atya anyun embrace an opportunities yebwa itach komie akiyai ak muguleldong'ung tugul koberurin Jehovah so do your best leave the rest to God and God will not leave you alone by yourself kanapten Jehovah inyoru borotet kosubkei ak no kimakun chemya Chebitok I'm sure with ngiwete ng'alechu tukemwoiwechu tugul chekakinetege mametoin Jehovah nebo man akoi ko either ko ilanden olep America anan iwe Australia anan ketachin eng Kenya so who knows maybe kakoker chi ko this is a good employee ako chito nekararan we will continue praying for you and then please invite us for the party. Ngot kemi kibwane momoniat. So ongen kityo Moi University, unuto master kebunu naba lesos. Akosirte mongen alano junction. Lakini that would be a reason for me sanyo momoniat. Piga momoniat, we will have a party in December. So Chebitok sore ka tai bik tugul lakini kibwane party nyeke celebrate akeboiboitu. So ngemakun chamnyach eng banwekuk tugul cheiwendi. Kongoi ngakwek tugul chekakosubech. Abraham Rono, kongoi John Chepngono, Cheplel, kongoi Glorious Chesang, kongoi Bruno Tarus, Peti, kongoi ngakwek tugul kichamong nebo man. Otestai osharean olaikan akisir comment asikobit ketestai. Kimeche kekuren anyun Chebitok simwoiwech ng'alekuk chebo let lakini kimakun chamnyach. Kongoi Engineer Janet, kongoi Osea, kongoi Chebitok. Karibu daktari.
Okay, thank you so much Balozi. Kuyo kemwa kora awekchini kongoi biik chekakowatchenech. I see there are a lot of comments kabisa chekakosir biik mutokyu. Kongoi missing for taking your time out of your normal activities, iboishe ial data, iliasi follow this program. We don't take it for granted. So I'm joining the team to Alien Kongoi. To my Facebook friends, thank you so much. I've noted your comments, Carol, and nimefurahi sana that you guys are following me. Also, please follow and like my Facebook page, Dr. Chebitok Blessed Bini. Very soon I'll be talking about matters of health. And I say to you, I'm sexual and mental health. That is my core or my key priority for now. So, karo ngalegap maswali jaga tebi kitang mutagyu chaba ngalegap HIV. We'll be talking about those things in future in my page. And also Balozi and the team, I think we can have another session. Kingane ngalegap HIV agirap saka kasi ngaleg mutagyu. Alafu one of the things ngalegap sa chito kale if someone takes alcohol or certain medication, he or she tests negative. Aya kole watu balajidangnya kole ati kuna mwenye alisema siku hizi ukimwambia mtu tupime ati ukimeza Panadol and immediately tested results inakuwa negative. So these things are funny to me because they are very strong misconceptions and myths around this. It's actually the first time I'm hearing this. So in a nutshell, is that HIV is a virus, and this virus, it can only be it's something which attacks the body, right? And there's the only way to know whether someone has HIV or not is through testing. And there were some people, there's some research, I really don't know much about that even saliva can be used to test HIV, but HIV cannot be transmitted through saliva. There are 3 ways of transmitting HIV. It's through body fluids, either blood or semen or vaginal fluid. Those are the 3 main, or mother-to-child transmission. So the major points of transmission, but these are the things. Ukimeza Panadol, ukimeza ukikunywa alcohol, no. It is ni kitu iko kwa damu yako. There are even people who have done this. I don't know what they call. It's something which they almost do, almost like what they do for cancer treatment. Yani, ati wanatoa damu yako and then they give you new blood. Even if they give you new blood, there will still be blood remaining in your other organ because they're not draining everything. There will still be elements of blood, and with time, those blood is gonna virus, and it will still undergo mutation and everything, and then the virus will still remain in you. So, although the virus in the body is reduced, but the fact that it is still there, you get it? And then there's other things also appear. If you've been on ARVs for a long time and you're really adhering to it, there are times where you cannot even, if tested, you will test negative because the virus in your body has been fully suppressed. Unaona? And if it is fully suppressed, the chance of transmission is very minimal. You see? So there is really ways we can manage this transmission of HIV. If we can stick to ARVs and really adhere to it as prescribed and protect yourself to prevent reinfection. Reinfection uko nayo tayari na pia unaana na mtu mwingine pia anaku-infect. So it's a whole issue. So I think the best thing for us is just to talk about this from your perspectives, and we are going to just have a session, not to talk about anything else, but to talk about issues of HIV, and we're going to answer the questions you guys have raised. So take care. Somebody alikuwa anasema pia hapa hivi, usijui ukiambia mtu uende utest sijui nini. If mtu akikataa test, ujue hapo ni umehepa. Because why would you refuse testing if you know very well that you're okay, right? What is the anxiety around testing? Or why the hesitancy in terms of testing? So mtu akikataa testing, if someone says it seems like you don't trust me, tell the person that the reason why I'm asking for testing it's not that I don't trust you. In fact, I trust you so much. That's why I said yes to the relationship. But I'm prioritizing my own health. And that is the answer. So if kama mtu ataki ku prioritize maisha yake, and in fact, it's not even my own health. It's our health. Because when we test, me and you, we are going to test. What if I have it? Si nitakuwa nimekuokoa. And if we don't have it, then we plan ahead in the context of a negative result. Also, the other parting shot is just to emphasize on the issue of language. I don't know what you've seen in football. When they are interviewing these people like Kina Ronaldo and everyone else, they talk their language. And then now you find there's someone translating it for us. South Africa is also the same thing. When they are being interviewed, they talk their language. I love the translator. I have pick up quote it. At the interview, we really need to end this thing. I normally tell these people that
Chebitok ngalali broken English kogen, so kararan ni ngalal guti sige translate, and I think it is exciting.
I did see somebody.
This is I will put my everything aside. Translators, you know, so that because who wants the information? This journalist interviewing footballers. So it should be the same thing also for us. We should not be subjected. What of the translators? And then finally, one thing also I want to tell people is the issue of humility. What I've learned in life, stay humble. These things kuya kama in osea akbalozi wara, yani kuna kurudi chini na kuenda juu. Igere, stay humble. Ngiyo kutara mobjang mahali, just maintain ile status yenye ulikuwa na maintain. Don't show yani maginye in and one thing I used to tell my God is that Mungu ngitata kama on your PhD, I should not use it to look down upon other people. I should not use the academic or whatever I've achieved. You are being madarao and yani so or you act like a queen so that people can like almost worship you and stuff like that. I am not that kind of a person. And I told God, if this thing is going to make me so and since God has given me, then I will always remain humble. I will always help where necessary. Ile nitaweza nitasaidiana. Kama siwezi, we do referrals and mtu mwingine atasaidia. So it's something I'm saying. And then also, while I appreciate and I acknowledge myself for having worked so hard in life to get a PhD, I don't like being called doctor. You know, it creates that position of power. Me, I want to be called Chebi, and that's the name I appreciate. I also don't normally tell my siblings like that. Just call me Chebi. Doctor is meant something which requires status. When I'm is something for funding, say doctor, maybe we can at the word title doctor, it gives you that opportunity. That will be great. But everyday conversations, tukikutana huko tao, sijui tukikuwa wapi, please guys, just call me Chebi. I will appreciate that. And then the other thing also, Balose, as I say to you, I'm looking for opportunities. I will be making I'll be going back to Kenya in December. Fully, I'm done. So although I decided to enroll for a program, Good Public Health, it's a virtual program. I will do it from wherever I will be. But I plan, if God leads me, December will be November will be my last month miguroni. Nitarudi kwa ground huko, and then also in July, this Okumini July. So on Sunday I'll be traveling back home to just say hi to my family back at home, see my siblings and do a few things back at home. But I'll just go for a month and come back. And then, yeah, I'm also applying for job opportunities in Kenya. There are a couple of applications I've sent to universities. So I really hope for a positive feedback, and I'm still applying. I will apply until when the time is right. Congo missing for having me for this program. And greetings. My mother will be watching this, and my dad, my siblings, my Facebook friends. Nawasalamia wote na Mungu awabariki sana sana sana. Thank you so much.
Kongoi nye Chebitok magun jamnyach yeiwendi ibore no matin. Kongoi for humbling yourself. God will not leave you, and continue the spirit that you have. Continue applying. I'm sure and I'm sure someone will look if you are a good employee Chebitok and she will do a good job. Your CV, Janet, who Janet knows. Janet will probably be well connected. Chiangolimba, Australia. You are now an international person, Chebitok, and as you continue doing what you're doing. Going forward, because ngada forums ngalega AIDS kityo. Amu igere la problem ago, that is what people are asking. Because so pagige sutetu chenabara naba petutabra ko ugin ananugi shekye mitai ko magingengele gitakiniga no ko North Carolina gagebe South Africa yanget in South Africa. We will continue kagere jita naba Olimba Botswana kagere jita naba waso ko Poland. Reach out to us again to Poland. Akta ko keter kinolomite ngema kwa chamnyach ngema kwa wigine pagaberuret. Nee Chitab Kalenjin on embrace our language agegu proud of being who we are. At this kini nage Chebitok, my fellow colleagues Charway, you got Ibelisha, good key interview Ronaldo, the best player, the best paid player in language nanina. Kain ko shogolagan bijogo jeng translator sinyige translate and simwa kita na inet na mimugul langu ag na miga buatutegu. Give them by doing that by doing that kogai mwangolyo na inet ogot agogai megan pororien nyo ak language nenyo ke na yung dunia gele ya pagamanut so ngema kwak chamnya ameje kityo osea gotegi chibiga ko program negio ngolimba kericho na Pastor Kimeta negiteje studio so Kongo alumni jajok togol join us agobit ketoret Pastor Kimeta getarchi studio nemite Olimba Kericho. Situnga giyakten Chebitok biwo Kericho senior Pastor Kimeta gigoegawa alumni nyo. Ana situn getach Pastor Kimeta kunyo ipeshie no in kilena shere no patina mite Olimba Momoniat. Kokose Kimeta he follows this program. We have a reason to bring Kimeta to Momoniat. So join us sakobit ketastai togulo. Kotoretech inchiaga togulengolo imi giroge lagagi fulfilling our dream get studio na taksutun kaya December tagul ang nyaga kebe pati na mito Olimba Momoniat kebuane ni matin so Kongo kagige sutetu chenabara ngiberura
Kochelewan Neni nyoru Chitab Kalenjin ngororyote Itebelega imilene Kwatindoni Kotoy kolega imilangi Negimwachi Kigimwae en wigit konye Kurorira Ningonamge Chitab Kalenjin Aga Kalenjin